Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Chulerak. If this is your first time seeing my channel, you're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're my returning subscriber, you're also welcome. Guys, thank you so much. So this is the sewing version of the previous video that we drafted the pattern. If you're yet to see the pattern drafting, click on the link down below. Go and get your pattern ready and come back here for the sewing tutorial, okay? So let's get started. On my table, I have my fabric here ready, but I'm going to start from the front pattern, okay? I'm going to separate the front, the lining and the main fabric, so I can find the right side of my lining and the wrong side of my lining. Of course, lining doesn't have a wrong side, but I just have to find one side or the other as a wrong side. So this is my wrong side of my line, my fabric, and the one facing up is the right side, okay? So I'm going to place the right side facing the right side of my lining. So I'm going to arrange it like so, like you see me doing, okay? Arrange it proper. So once I'm done arranging it, I'm going to pin it. Usually I won't bother to pin because if I'm doing it without filming, but because of the tutorial, I'm going to pin it so you can understand what is happening, or how should I put it. Yeah. So once I'm done pinning, I'm going to, the next thing I need to do, I need to uh, pin the down part. That is my hemming part, okay? So that is where I'm going to start by joining. Okay, once I'm done pinning all the down, I'm going to head to my sewing machine and stitch it down with 0.5. The same thing is going to happen for the back pieces too. Okay, I've already done that off camera, so this is the front. Once I've done stitching down with 0.5, I'm going to head to my ironing table. I've already ironed it, by the way. I have ironed it off camera. Iron is not something you won't know. Yes, when you want to iron the part that you sew. So once I'm done ironing, I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to stitch down from the neckline. Okay, I'm going to stitch down from the neckline 0.5 inch all the way to all the neckline part like so. Okay, and then I'm going to stitch down 0.5 from the side, the both side. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side. Okay, so let's go to the sewing table and join all together. So if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please can do so and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new from this channel, okay? And turn on your notification bell so you get notified when the next tutorial will be dropping, okay? So here is my back pattern. I've already, like I said, I have also iron, I have stitched it down and also iron it, okay? So the next thing I need to do from the back pattern here, I need to join the neckline. The neckline, I'm going to join it with 0.5 all the way down. And then I'm going to turn the other side, the side to the same thing, 0.5 all the way down. So once I'm done, I'm going to notch all the part that I stitched down like I did on the front. I've already notched and ironed the front part. So the same thing I'm going to do to the back. Notch and iron all the process, okay? Along your process, notch and iron them. Make sure you iron all your the part that you stitch down, okay? It's very necessary. So I'm going to turn it out from my armhole pad, turn it to the right side like so. So once I'm done turning it out, I'm going to also iron. So when you're working on it, you know that the process of this cloth is ironing. Without ironing, you won't get a clean finishing, so it's necessary you iron, okay? So the next thing now, need to move to my front part, so which we are going to work on, so we can get that transfer to our bodies. Okay, so I'm ironing it down so I can get the center front of my dress. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to impute my bust span measurement. So my bust span measurement is 7 inches, divided by 2 is 3.5. That is what I'm putting back right now. So I'm going to connect those lines where I'm going to put my dart. So I need to confirm the length of my dart length. Yeah. So from my shoulder to my bust line is 10 inches plus 0.5 inch joining allowance from the shoulder. So it's 10.5. And usually from the shoulder to where the dart stop from above the hip, it was 22 inches. But right now it's 22.5 inches because of the joining allowance from the shoulder. I don't know if you understand me. Okay, so that is it. So I need to connect from that, connect it now. So that is where my dart is going to stop. So now I need to impute my bust line. Okay, remember my bust was 10, from the shoulder to my bust line was 10 inches, but plus 0.5 inch, that is 10.5. And I went down 1 inch below my bust line to start to create my dart. So that is same thing I'm doing right now. So instead of 11 inches, now it's 11.5. So from my shoulder to my waist is 15 before, plus 0.5 inch, that is 15.5. So I'm going to make that line visible, and then I'm going to mark 0.5 inch on both sides, which the total that's intake that I took is 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to connect it like so. So I need to pin this for it to be equal so I can transfer the dart to the other side. By doing so, you're going to you are going to pin it like so, like you see me doing, and transfer the dart. So now I need to trace that line out and repeat the same thing. That is my waist, and then I connect all the darts out. So I need to flat iron it so I can now pin and then go and stitch it. So if you're finding it difficult to get your dart without affecting the dress inside, or I don't know if you understand me, try to do what I do, like so, and then you iron before you start pinning it down so that everything can lay flat and smoothly. Okay, just look at it. I'm not done sewing, but look at how it is. So I'm going to do the same thing to the back, but first of all, for the back, I'm going to stitch down. I'm going to close the zipper part first. By doing so, I need to mark 1 inch for my zipper allowance. Remember we kept 1.5 inch before for zip allowance, but we have took out 0.5 inch by joining it from the back, joining the lining to the main part. So now the total zip allowance that remain now is 1 inch. So that is what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to mark it like so that I can now go to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to stitch from that part. If you do like this, you will notice that it's not going to affect your dress. And when you get to the waistline, make sure you also measure 1 inch. You're going to mark 1 inch. Don't use 0.75 that we took out before. You're going to mark one inch. Okay, mark 1 inch all the way down, and you're going to stitch it down all the way down. So once I'm done marking, I'm going to pin it so I can go to the sewing machine and join it first before I take my dart intake. I don't know if you understand my explanation. Please, if you find anything confused, feel free to leave your comment down below. I will definitely get back to you, okay? So now I have done join it and I've also iron it. So it's time to transfer my dart to my back pattern. So I also do the same thing like I did at the front. I mark my bust line, and then I went down by 1 inch where the dart is going to start from, and then I mark my bust span measurement, which is 3.5. So once I'm done, I need to confirm my measurement to be sure. Okay, so that is it, 22.5 inches. Okay, so repeating the same thing that I did from the front part by transferring all my darts to the back. Okay, so I'm imputing my bust line, then the dart length. So I'm going to connect this line to make it visible, and then I mark my waistline there. I'm going to impute the same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to mark 0.5 inch on both sides. Then I'm going to connect it like so. 1 inch on both sides, 0.5 inch on both sides, sorry, 0.5 inch on both sides, and then you connect. Okay, so iron and then you pin it down. It's very easy when you iron it and then you pin. Is more easier, and you everything will be laid flat and smoothly. So after that, I'm going to head to the sewing machine to stitch it down. So once I'm done, I'm going to prepare my front design, which is this orange color, the bridal satin, shining face bridal satin. This is the material I use, shining face bridal satin. And I will advise, when you're going to take your measurement for the width of this pieces is going to be 4 inches. So by the time you're going to fold it in twice, it's going to give you 2 inches. And then when you take 0.5 inch on both sides to stitch it down, the total width is going to remain is 1.5 inches. So I've done join mine, and the next thing I need to do, I need to turn it to the right side. But before do that, I'm going to cut out the those pieces, like the sewing allowance that I join here. So after then, I'm going to iron it flat. So you're going to get your fabric, your front bodice. Okay, arrange it proper, and then you're going to place it from your shoulder, from the tip of your shoulder to the end of the dress. Okay, so at this point, the length of the pieces, it doesn't matter, because you will need some allowances to fold in from the hemming part. Okay, so make sure you arrange it proper. Don't rush it when you're working on this, because this actually took me a lot of time from this part to get it done. So as you can see, I'm actually taking my time to arrange it proper before I decide what to do next. At this point, I was actually thinking if I should just stitch it down direct or just use a hemming gum. But I later came up with a conclusion that I'm going to use hemming gum first to hold it down. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm using the hemming gum now to hem everything from there. So you just follow the process I'm doing. So once I'm done, I'm folding in those from the bottom part, and also doing the other side of the pieces. Okay, so yeah, so after from this part now, I'm going to fix in my zip allowance first. You're going to fix the zip to your back dress before you join the whole bodies together. Okay, I've already fixed my zip off camera. So the next thing I'm going to do is to join the shoulder to the shoulder, like you see me doing. Place the right side facing the right side, that's your uh, front and your back pieces together, and then you're going to stitch it down with 0.5 inch. So yeah, we have come to the end of this tutorial. I want to say a very big thank you for staying to this point, and if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly do so. Turn on your post notification to get notified. Okay, so at my side, now it's time to join the whole bodies together. But before you do so, take your bust measurement. whatever allowance that remain, use exactly that allowance. Take your bust measurement and take your waist measurement. Don't add any allowance to it. If you want that fitted dress, don't add any allowance. Take exactly your hip measurement, exactly your bust measurement, and then you're going to stitch it down from the from that side to the end of your dress, okay, by closing it up. Okay, so what I'm doing right here, I'm pinning it down. So the next thing, I need to stitch it down. So remember, we have four tutorial, right? The pattern drafting, the stitching of the body and the front design, and there is zip also, and then the sleeve. So your next sewing tutorial, the next tutorial you're going to see is going to be the zip allowance. Okay, it's going to be the fixing of the zip. If unless if you know how to fix your own zip, then you can go ahead and fix zip on your dress. But on this video, I don't want to make it too long by attaching the zip to this video. Okay, so I'm going to show you step by step on how you can fix your zip to your dress, not only this dress but other dress generally. Okay, so the next tutorial is going to be for the sleeve. The sleeve also has its own precious time, but you have to take your time to walk through that. Okay, so that will be the fourth tutorial. But for today, we have coming to the end of this one. After now, that will be the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around till this time. And if you're new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed, please kindly do so. Turn on your post notification, and also you can also share with your soulmate. And if you find anything confusing, please leave your comment down below. Okay, I will get back to you. Okay, so this is the complete outfit for now. Yeah, this is it. I fix my sleeves, and I use elastic on the sleeves. So that will be on the next few tutorial. Okay, and here is the zip part. Okay, so that is it for this tutorial. Have a nice day, and see you on my next tutorial. Okay.